This is my favorite houseplant, and it's a real conversation starter. This is a 20-year-old bonsai tree that was passed down to me by my grandfather. It's a Chinese elm bonsai. These are really popular bonsai trees because they grow fast and can take a lot of abuse. The trunk of this tree is so cool with all the rough textures and the way it winds around. I love how the roots are exposed and they even have their own little pot within the pot. When someone new comes over and sees this, they always ask, "Where did you get such a big bonsai tree?" And I get to share a story about my grandfather. He used to take care of this tree when he lived in Vietnam before coming to the United States. He used to take care of this tree in his apartment. But when he moved here, he had to get rid of most of his plants because they were unable to survive the trip. This Chinese elm bonsai was the only one that made it. He used to water it out of a hose outside and just let it grow wild. My dad would even use it as a climbing tree when he was younger. When he decided to prune it and shape it into the bonsai that you see today, he actually chopped off quite a few branches. It took him a couple years to do it, but he used a special bonsai wire to bend the branches into place. He would slowly tighten the wire over time to make sure it wouldn't snap the branches. To this day, I still don't know how he got this tree to look like this. It's absolutely amazing. I think bonsai trees are super fun because you kind of get to pretend that you're a tree doctor or a tree surgeon or something. You get to play God and decide how this tree grows. It's very therapeutic for me. I get to forget about all my problems when I'm doing this. Sometimes when I feel like my plants aren't growing quick enough, I start to get impatient. But I think you just have to remember that plants grow at their own pace. You can't force them to grow. If you try to do that, you'll just kill them. So this tree has been through quite a journey over the past 20 years. It was a small tree in Vietnam. Then it grew wild in an apartment in San Jose, and now it lives in our home here in Colorado. I think it's pretty cool how bonsai trees can live for hundreds of years. There are some bonsai trees that are over 1,000 years old, and it's pretty cool that this tree will outlive me and my children. Whenever you go to a nursery, you will never find bonsai trees that are already grown. You always have to buy them as seeds or as young saplings and grow them yourself. So it's pretty cool that I get to continue my grandfather's legacy. He taught me everything he knew about bonsai trees before he passed away. I wish I could have filmed him doing his bonsai tree magic, but I'm just happy that I have this tree. It reminds me of him every single time I look at it. And hey, if you want to learn more about bonsai trees, subscribe to my channel. Now, I need to repot this bonsai tree. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm a little nervous. I have undone this since 2020. I am glad that I filmed it last time because I kind of forgot what I was doing. So the first thing you want to do is get a larger pot. Bonsai trees don't need a deep pot, just a wide one, and I also added some drainage holes. Drainage holes are important because you don't want your bonsai tree to drown. Then you want to add a layer of soil at the bottom. I added some rocks for aesthetics and then filled it with soil. I didn't take any of the soil out because it still looks okay. If you do take it out, make sure to wear a mask because the soil could contain fungus. And when you add the new soil, make sure not to fill it all the way to the top because you still need room to add more. The next part is my favorite. You get to design where the roots will go. I like to keep the roots exposed so you can see the root system. If you bury the roots, your bonsai tree will grow faster, but you won't be able to see the cool trunk. So I just braided the roots into place. The best way to keep the roots exposed is to prune the roots. I'm not afraid to cut off any of the roots because the more you prune them, the thicker they will become. I just make sure that there are a bunch of roots going in different directions, so it's not too obvious that they re-pruned. You want to fill up the sides with soil and leave a little space in the middle. That's for the new soil we're gonna add. I bought some topsoil and mixed it with some compost. You want to crumble it and add it to the tree. I added too much and I think it looks too full. So I'm going to take some out and just make it a little less dense. That looks so much better. I spread out the roots and tried to make it look natural. The hardest part for me is tucking in the roots that are sticking out. It's a little bit tricky to hide them, but I think I did a good job. Now I can move on to my favorite part, adding the mulch. Mulch helps retain moisture in the soil and adds nutrients to the tree. I just sprinkled it on top and made sure to cover any exposed soil. You don't want to see any soil or else it will look too new. You want it to look aged. I thought I was done, but then I realized that the tree is leaning to the side. I don't want that, so I added some soil to the other side to balance it out. I gave it a quick watering and then added some more mulch to prevent the soil from washing away. I think it looks so much better after being repotted. The pot looks bigger in comparison to the tree and it has more room to grow. I repotted this bonsai tree right before winter, which is actually the perfect time to repot bonsai trees. You don't want to repot them in the summer because they reactively growing and you don't want to stress them out. Winter is the perfect time to repot bonsai trees because they re-dormant and you won't have to worry about stressing them out. It's best to repot them while they're sleeping. I actually prefer to repot bonsai trees in the evening because the soil is usually dry and it's easier to work with. You also want to wear gloves whenever you rehandling bonsai trees because you don't want to leave any fingerprints on them. I am gone. Keep this bonsai tree inside for the winter and then bring it back outside in the spring. I hope it continues to thrive and live for many more years. One last thing, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and consider subscribing. I post new videos every week. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.